What's going on, guys? Snaggy here, and it's time to preview round one of the finals 2024. I absolutely cannot wait for this one. I think this is going to be a crazy final series. I'm more excited about this one than the last few years. I knew Penrith was winning the last 3 years. And if you don't believe, I know everyone says that now, Penrith are always going to win. Go check the tapes, guys. I was saying it from round 4, round 6 in those years. No one's touching this team. I think this year's way more wide open. I believe it. Not anyone, but I believe a lot of the teams have a genuine crack at getting this thing done, guys. So I'm excited. I think it's going to be absolutely brilliant, and bring it on. I absolutely cannot wait. Now, in this video, guys, we'll be going over our tips, our picks, having a look at try scorers, matchups, all that sort of stuff. And I'm going to be using Tryline's new data system here, like all their stuff. So I usually do my own data, I do my own spreadsheets and stuff, just because when you go on NRL.com, there's not much here, it's pretty basic. So I like to enter all my own stats, do all that, and I was just about to transfer a lot of my own data over to just top 8 teams and stuff, but we have it all here, guys. Look at this. You can see how they go against top 4, top 8 teams, where they're scoring versus top 8, top 4, because it doesn't matter how so-and-so played against Parramatta Eels or the Tigers. We only need to compare the stats from how they went against top 4, top 8 teams. So yeah, really super helpful, guys. Not sponsored by these guys or anything, just really like their work at the moment. It's absolutely brilliant, so we're using those. I haven't put any punts down yet. I'm just waiting for all the player props to populate in Dabble, and I will be doing all my punts on Dabble and on Picklebet. I'll leave the links if you want to join those, or you can follow me, MonsterSnag, on there as well, guys. But super amped. We usually do pretty well. I picked every game head-to-head last year in the final series. I'm not confident I will this year. This year's a lot tighter. I think there could be a couple upsets. There could be teams in the top 4 going a long way around to the grand final. There could be a lot of crazy stuff going down. So I'm super excited. I'm just really excited. I think this is going to be a good one. All right, let's go through the games first, then we'll go through the matchups. We'll check out some of the stats. We'll have a look at some of the picks, guys. Let's do it. Panthers playing the Roosters Friday night. Absolute cracker. Check the odds there. Pretty firm favourites there, the Penrith Panthers. We have the Storm taking on the Sharkies on Saturday. Look at the odds there. That's nice. Sharkies did beat the Melbourne Storm this year. Cowboys playing the Knights that's on Saturday as well. And then we have the Doggies versus the Sea Eagles. Doggies home final at a core. Hopefully sell this one out. I saw, look, Doggies fans, I love yous, but I don't know. I think the crowds could be bigger. I really do. So hopefully this one sells out. What was it, 35,000 the last one? Surely you got to crack the 40s, lads. I don't know how much core holds. Come on. And don't leave early if you're getting pumped. Come on, guys. No, to be fair, I saw a lot of the Doggies fans, I think it was Hectic Fred and was it Touchline or whoever the other podcasts are, they were sort of ripping them as bandwagon fans. Bro, if I'm the most hardcore bandwagon fan, I'm not watching my team get pumped by 30 and then waiting in a cab line for 2 hours and then sitting in traffic in a cab. I'm out of there, bros. I'm not a bandwagon. I'm not sitting in traffic pissed off after I just watched my team got humped by 30. So I don't blame you. I don't think you're bandwagon fans. I'm sticking up for the Bulldogs fans that were leaving early. All right, just a couple little things here. I saw this from Random Stats Guy, and I just wanted to chat about. And this isn't really directed at these teams to say to dash their dreams or anything like that. But this is why it's tough to win out. A lot of the teams not in the top 4 sort of think, oh, well, we're in there, we're in with a chance, we can get it done. For example, we're looking at Canterbury down. To win the grand final from here, you have to win 4 games one against the top 8, then more than likely 3 against top 4 teams. For example, Canterbury, 4 from 11. So they've won 4 games against top 8 teams all year. You know where I'm going. Then you think you're going to go 4 in a row to the very, very, very unlikely. And just, again, not being negative on Canterbury, 2 of these games were against Newcastle, when Newcastle were awful. They were really good, though, to be fair. Canterbury absolutely owned them. That's when one of their games against Newcastle is when I started to take notice of Canterbury as being pretty legit. I was like, oh, this is a team now. They just ground them into the ground, and they were really, really good. And just on Canterbury as well, so 4 total wins against top 8 teams, 2 against Newcastle, 1 was against Sydney Roosters against 12 men. Remember, they lost Dom Young really early. However, they were brilliant in that first 20 as well. So against 13 men from 7th up, 1 win. Not quite as good as everyone was sort of jumping. Doesn't feel as good as it felt 4 weeks ago when people were, I heard Braith and Aston saying they can win the comp, When you sort of look at it now and you're like, they probably can't win the comp. It's become very, very hard. Sydney Roosters in the same boat. I mean, just humping top 8 teams and at bottom 9 teams. And, people were calling Cronulla flat track bullies. Got the second best win rate against top 8 teams this year. So I think that mantle should be passed on to the Sydney Roosters, to be fair. That's 3 from 10. It's 30%. That's pretty poor. That's pretty damn poor. I'd love to see how many top 8 teams they bloody played this year they played 24 games. So they played 14 games against bottom 9 teams and 10 games. Manly only played 9 games against top 8 teams. They did win plenty, though, for everyone. So Canterbury actually played the most games against top 8 teams. It's pretty cool. Like, that's pretty damn cool. So they played Penrith as well. So Penrith played 11 top 8 teams as well. And so, I don't know, would you say Penrith or North Queensland technically have the best win rate there, because Penrith have 7. Okay, I don't know how you'd work that out. But anyway, it's a pretty interesting thing there. Like I said, this really matters. It doesn't matter who you beat throughout the year. It doesn't matter. Melbourne beat West Tigers by 12 points. You beat them by 50. It doesn't matter. You have to beat these top 8 teams to win finals games. So I just thought it was really interesting. I just look at this too, guys. So this is just a general rundown of how the finals work. So these top 4 teams, obviously, winner of this moves on, and then loser crosses over to the other side of the draw and plays one of these teams, the winner of these teams, guys. So huge for the Roosters here. They've got Penrith. If they lose, they then were going to have to go down and play a tough team, and then also they move to Melbourne's side of the draw, and then we'll have to play Penrith again. So Roosters, Sharks really don't want to lose. Roosters more in particular. That's tough. That really is tough for them. This is why, people sort of have bagged the Sharkies for getting bounced. If you do lose this first game, it's really easy to get bounced in the finals. It really is, because you usually move to the other side and you're playing, even though the team's not in the top 4, they're coming off a win. They're usually those teams that come 5th and 6th are usually riding a bit of momentum into the finals and into winning finals games. So it's pretty easy to get down on yourself. So really interesting draw this year. I just absolutely cannot wait. It's going to be awesome. All right, let's have a look at the team list, guys. Let's give me a sip. All right. The moment you've all been waiting for. I'm going to have to scroll up pretty high. He's back. The chin is back. I put the thing up that he was coming back for the finals, and everyone's like, it's not confirmed. He's definitely not playing. That was this morning. I was like, bro, he's playing. He's playing. They're the best physios in the comp. He's playing. Do you not remember Luai's shoulder falling out of its socket and hanging by his side, and he was playing finals 2 weeks later? Clearly, he was always playing this game. The physios out there are just absolutely insane, and yeah, they've done really good work. Let's have a little look. Let's have a look at these, and then we'll go to try line and check up who's going to be matching up on who, because they don't do it good on here. All right, so back 5 is relatively unchanged. We have Dylan Edwards, Taruva, Tago, Paul Adamoti, or Luai Cleary. Then front row, I do like this. Penrith 1 to 13 are as good as they can be. This is full strength. I think Penrith are full strength now, right? Yeah, this is as good as their team can get, really. Yeah, this is it. This is it. Penrith full strength coming into finals. I love the team 1 through 13. I'd love Spencer Leniu on the bench, like a Spencer Leniu type player. I think that's all they're really missing. Someone who can build when Moses Leota and Fisher Harris go off together. They don't lose momentum. Whereas Lindsay Smith and Liam Henry have been great, but they're not Fisher Harris and Moses Leota. So I do like that. Look, Cleary's, to me, the best coach getting around. I get why he was messing around with putting one of these guys on the bench. So they both don't go off at the same time, and you do lose that momentum. But I just think they just work so good together. I don't know, there's just something about those two together. I think they're, personally for me, the best front row rotation I've ever seen, just because it just works, man. Like, Fish a little more slapping defense. Moses Leota probably a bit better offensively, footwork and the smacks. They both smack, but you get what I'm saying? Like, they're probably, slightly different in those ways, but it just works. Like, I remember all the greats like Webke and Webke and Petra and all that. I feel like these guys have just combined like so perfectly, and it just works, man. And I mean, the grand final was no fluke. The score was 24-0, or 26-0 when they were on the field, and they got 24 points scored when they were off, whatever it exactly was. They do so much through the middle. It helps Cleary out so much. So absolutely massive. Now let's have a look at the Roosters. So Punga out. So Tupou back, Young back, Lindsay Collins back, Nat Butcher back. All right, so we have Tedesco, Tupou, Suali'i, Manu, Dom Young, Luke Keary, Sandon Smith. So full strength other than Sam Walker. Then we have starting the front row, Spencer Lenu against his old club, Connor Watson, Lindsay Collins, Angus Crichton, Satili Tupanua, Nat Butcher. What do you guys think? Also, guys, drop your 1 through 4s. Who's winning these games as well, guys? All right, let's have a little look-see. Penrith Panthers have won 9 of their past 9. Penrith Panthers have won 9 games. Penrith Panthers have won their past 9 games against the Roosters. Sorry, guys. I read good today. Roosters have not won at Bluebet Stadium since 2018. Penrith Panthers are aiming to equal premiership record of 10 consecutive finals victories. James Tedesco has never won at Bluebet Stadium? What? That is wild. Isaiah Yeo will equal Steve Carter's club appearance record of 243. Shout out to Isaiah. He's already up to 243 club appearances? That's insane. That is absolutely insane. Right, let's have a look at some of these matchups, guys. So we've got Penrith Panthers, so preview. All right, so this is interesting. So Sorensen and Sorensen and Luai on the same side. Now this is the side I'm looking forward to. How is Cleary's shoulder? He's going to be outside Liam Martin, Nathan Cleary, and then Tungor, and then To'o. So I have liked Tungor better since he's been on inside To'o. I think that fixes it up. But he is going to have Angus Crichton running at him. The best back row in the game at the moment. That's scary. That's alarming. He's going to get his shoulder tested out. Angus Crichton has been so good. It's actually like he looks like he's so much more confident than every other player. I like this side for the Roosters. I really do. Just because a little bit uneasy. Cleary's coming back. How's his shoulder going to be? Tungor's a little vulnerable from time to time. It's going to be really interesting. I think they will attack here a lot. This is Penrith's weak side. If you go to try analysis, they do concede on that side the most, their right side. So this is where they're going to attack, just because that number is so alarming. Like, I sort of mentioned this in a previous video, like, obviously opposition coaches are going to be aware of the difference in numbers, so that you just pepper this side. So this side is going to get an absolute workout, and of course having the informed back row and the comp at the moment there, of course. So the tries are going to be on this side, guys, if the Roosters get them. And obviously they can be on this side too, but I just think they're gonna absolutely pepper this side, something fierce. Teams have been doing it already. I think Canberra peppered that side. So I think, I might be wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, when they played Canberra, I don't think Luai made a tackle on the other side until the second half. And the other side was getting peppered that hard. So I dare say that's going to go down again. Tries for the Panthers. Yeah, I'm not too sure. I'm on the fence a little bit here. I do like To'o on this side with Cleary back. I think that really, with Liam Martin running good lines, yeah, I'd probably go To'o as well. So I feel like the tries could be on this side for both teams. But yeah, we'll have to see. We'll have to wait and see. So we'll have a look at the form guide real quick. So both teams 4-3 scoring map. Right, this is a really cool feature here, guys. I'll have to scroll up a little bit because my fat head's in the way. You can't really see it. Damn. Hang on, I'll see if I can move that over. There we go. All right, so Penrith Panthers, 7th best right-hand attack against 4th best. So maybe you don't go that side. Left hand's 13th against 2nd best. So tries, like, more than likely. I know this sort of sounds weird. Could be through the middle. Penrith have the 2nd best attack through the middle. So Dylan Edwards through the middle, off, like offloads or just fast play the balls from Isaiah Yeo. Like Isaiah Yeo quick play the ball. Mitch Kenny scoops it up, runs, offload, something like that. That could be a nice one to get. And then we have Roosters, best left-hand side offense, 2nd best right hand. But their right edge is against Penrith, which is the best defense in the comp on their right-hand side, which is their left-hand side. And defense through the middle best as well. And like I just said, best left edge defense against 10th right edge it's not horrendous, but it's, not good. It's not incredible. So that's why I was saying I think if you're going to take Roosters left-hand side, Tupou, Angus Crichton, Suaalii for tries. And, and then we'll go to the betting analysis here, guys. So, look, anytime try scorers, there you go. I had Dylan Edwards there, 53%. Dom Young now. But, yeah, like I said, I'd be looking more at Tupou and Angus Crichton here as well. 7 from 20, not too bad. And Daniel Tupou's 14 from 21. Really, really good there, guys. Dom Young's just got a better strike rate. But, yeah, it's pretty good. First try, I like this, but I don't like, just remember finals games, guys, when you're on the punt, usually good feeling out process for the first 10 minutes. You don't see a ton of crazy offloads and triple cutout balls in the first 6-7 minutes of a game. So I like after 8 minutes on these. Now, Penrith scoring first against top 4 teams. They're playing top 4 teams 50% of the time. Probably not worth taking. And then Roosters once. So I guess you'd have to weigh that up. I mean, obviously Penrith 50% of the time. The thing with me, right, with Penrith, with Roosters, I've mentioned this before. When Roosters play a bottom team, they just show them no respect, but it works. You know what I mean? I feel like they try and play too conservative. When they try and play too conservative, it just doesn't work. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Like I used the analogy before about how when a contender in the UFC, like I remember Anderson Silva come through and dudes would tear through the top 10 guys. Then they'd get Anderson Silva and fight completely different. I'm just like, you got to fight the way that got you there. And I think they got to do the same. I mean, yeah, you're walking out against the 3-time premiers, but you got to show them no respect. You got to walk out there thinking we're the best, and so now I haven't actually looked at this one too much. So total points against top 4. So min 0, max 28. So they haven't scored over 28 points against the top 4 teams. So even though Penrith are favoured to win this one, you probably could take Penrith under 28 points. I think that would be pretty handy for this one. And Roosters 4 and 24. So you could probably take both teams under 24, or maybe Penrith under 30, Roosters under 24.5 or something like that. That'll probably get you a few bucks. Not a few bucks, but get you some odds there, guys. All right, so now what's this one? Second. Oh, you guys can't see this, can you? Damn, it won't scroll down low enough. Hey guys, all right. So try line, guys. If you're watching this, put a footer on your put a footer on your thing so I can show you my full screen in my YouTube. I'll probably push it up a little bit. There we go. All right. So this is first half. Oh, this is only first half. It's my bad, guys. Total points, first half, second half. This is awesome because actually I've been sort of feeling doing first halves and second halves. All right, so Penrith Panthers total points first halves 28-0, 4-24. So yeah, this is really cool. So second halves because 14. So Penrith Panthers scoring a lot more in first halves. So I have noticed they do that. They seem to try and not blow teams away, but they almost not protect leads, but they're happy to just go through their systems and do their thing. They've got their 14-point lead. They don't care if they score 30 on you. They'll happily win 26-6 or whatever. So this is actually really interesting to see the numbers. So second half, min 0, max 14, and then so substantially lower for both teams in second halves. Okay, so Roosters in second halves only max points they've scored is 10. Okay, so I'll probably, for my punts for this one, I'll probably look at Roosters. So probably Penrith to score, whatever I can get. A try, maybe 2 tries in the first half. And Roosters to score under 20, whatever it may be, 20. And then Roosters, I might lower it a lot in the second half because they've really been falling away in second halves of games. Maybe under 12.5 or something like that. They have not scored more than 10 points in the second half against a top 4 team. It's alarming, guys. So that's a really cool one if you want to check that one out. You just scroll to the bottom of the betting analysis to get your half stuff here. And I love how it's broken down against top 4 and top 8 teams here. So super awesome. Absolutely brilliant. Love it. Love it. You've just saved me so much work. All right, let's... I guess I got to pick... I've become such a gambler. I don't even talk head-to-heads. Let's actually talk about the game for 2 secs. So so betting guys, looking at, I'll probably be taking unders just for a lot of things. So Panthers under X amount of points because they might be a little clunky with Nathan back. Roosters under X amount of points, but higher for Penrith and lower for the Roosters. And we'll work out those exact numbers. Obviously, make sure you subscribe, guys. I post all my punts on here as well. And and also if you want to stay up to date, I'll post them first in Discord. So I'll leave the link to my Discord server in there too. So now the game. Look, so Penrith, I feel like they've got an extra gear. Do they? I feel like they do. I do feel like if this game could be a little close. I feel like if Penrith go out here and just win this thing 24-8, get the week off, get everything going, I think they might become that machine, and then that whoever they play in that semi-final might get absolutely tanked. But if this is the best time. Like Roosters are lucky here. They're better off playing Penrith than Melbourne Storm because Melbourne Storm are humming. Penrith had looked a little clunky, so Penrith, this is the Roosters' shot. Like they've got a shot here at Penrith that aren't humming yet, but could be humming very soon. So I actually like their chances better against the Penrith Panthers than the Melbourne Storm. So super important game for the Roosters. Like I said, if they lose this, they're done to me. I know they've got a second chance, but I just don't see. We saw how they flipped to the other side. It's going to become so damn tough. So yeah, we're really going to have to wait and see. But to me, they've just got to come out and just same thing. Just if you're trying out Penrith, you're probably going to lose. Just go play. Just visualization. You're playing the Bunnies, or no, not the Bunnies. Because they usually have tough matchups. You're playing the Tigers. You're playing the Eels. You're playing the top. Whoever. Just go out there and just cut skits, power running. Throw the ball around, shift in your own half, do whatever you need to do. Try and put Penrith outside their systems and see how you go. Having said that, it's easier said than done. Penrith haven't lost to the Roosters in such a long time. They haven't lost at Bluebet. Like Tedesco has not won a game at Bluebet Stadium. To me, you just can't pick against the Penrith Panthers. I'm tipping them to win, guys. Storm versus the Sharks. Now, these guys have played this year, and it was the 7-point win. And let's have a quick look at how that game went. So That's right. At least Katoa scored. Then we had... Yeah, then it was, that's right. This was just a really good, solid performance. Now let's have a look at the team list, make sure everyone was playing. So Pappenhausen wasn't. Hughes wasn't. Ooh. They don't have a very good record without Hughes in. No. Oh, Nelson on the bench. All right, so... Oops, I've got to straighten this thing again. I forgot I moved it around. We're straight. All right, so Melbourne are just humming. Like, to me, they're the team to beat. And this is our... Oh, Farlongo's not playing. Pappenhausen's back. Should better do the team list first. Jack Howarth, Nick Meaney. Okay. Nelson starting. He's been... Josh King. Katoa Blore. Trent Liero. Wishart on the bench. It's all of a sudden a very good-looking team, man. It's all of a sudden a very, very good-looking team. It's deep. It's stacked. What the hell's happened to Ueli? What the hell's happened to Ueli? So where is... So Royce Hunt, Sifa Talakai, Oregon Kafusi's back. Look, really good performance from the Sharkies last week. I was super impressed with them. They have beat Melbourne... Melbourne to me have looked good all year. Like, beat Penrith round 1. But to me, they've just been substantially better in the final third of the year. Every little question I had's been answered, and it's just scary. It's like I said, they're probably the team you just did not want to play early in the year. And I think Sharks have been way better than what people think. It's just. Yeah, they've just pulled the short straw here, unfortunately. Melbourne Storm have won 6 of their past 8 games against the Sharks. Sharks have lost their past 6 finals matches. Storm won 6 of their past 8 finals games. Storm have won 6 of their past 8 finals games at Amy Park. Tommy Rudolph will make his 100th. Xavier Coates has scored 29 tries in 25 games. Wow, that's pretty damn crazy. All right, let's have a look at some matchups here, guys. Okay, so we have Howarth and Coates on Raymond and Katoa. And then we have Oro Mulatalo on Meaney and Warbrick. Wow. Man, I'll tell you what, this Sharks team is absolutely stacked to the brim. Like, it really is. It really is. I can't really see any matchups here. I don't really like any try scorers here, to be honest. Like, just being real, like, I really don't. So Hughes, maybe Katoa on... I don't really see... We're going to have to check out the scoring map here on trial line. So let's have a little look here. So both 1 and 4, like literally identical form. So it's been... Wow. Sharks have got them a few times, you know. They really have. All right, so here we go. So Storm, best attack through the middle. How are they? Wasn't Penrith Panthers the best through the middle? Maybe they're tied. Left third. Sharks' right edge defense has been absolutely incredible. It really has. Best right. So we'd be looking at Sharks' left side, which is Mulatalo and Oro. So Meaney, Warbrick is probably your picks there, guys, if you're looking for try scorers. All right, let's have a look at this bet analysis. All right, so wins against top 4. So we've got to go down here. So, all right, so tries. First try scorers, 9 minutes, so 19 minutes against the Dolphins. So Storm can grind you, but they can't, like, Storm predominantly scoring. It's actually a bit of a mixed bag, isn't it? Whereas Sharkies put them on early. All right, scoring first against top 4 teams 100% of the time. Storm first try scorer. Wow. I really like that. I think they're going to score first anyway. Where's my phone? I might put that bet down right now. Storm to score first. 5 from 5 for the year. Wow. Sharkies only played 3 top 4 teams this year. Okay. Team tries. Storm total team tries against top 4, 3. Min 1 for max. So they haven't humped any top 4 teams. Hang on, Storm total tries. Top 4, 3.3, 1-0. That's right, Penrith gave them a hiding. And max 6. They scored 6 tries against top 4 team. Who was that against? That's crazy. Okay. That's well. All right, totals points. I'm going to have to shift this up again so you can see it. Oops. All right, so I'll just probably have to read it. Maybe I can just move my fat mug. Oh, that's moving that around. Oops. Sorry, lads. I can't move my webcam. Sorry, guys. Just going to have to take my word for it. I hope you can see that a little bit better. All right. All right, so top 4 teams, first halves, Storm, averaging 11.2. So max, 16, minimum 2. Okay. And then second halves, max 6. So really low. So we're looking like, in these first 2 games, guys, we're really looking at taking unders on points. I think that might be our bread and butter here, guys. Just looking at these numbers. Sharks have put some points on, but I don't know if they're going to do that against the Storm in a finals. Like they've scored 18 and 20 in halves. So, yeah. So, again, similar to the last punts, guys, maybe we can take so Storm average in halves 10 and then 11. If we can take Sharks under 12.5 in each, I think we could be on there. I really do. Now, it's just as far as the game goes. Storm, they just look so good. I've said it in my post game a few times. They just look like they've fixed every single issue they had over the last couple of years. Everything's fixed. Hard running back rowers, bit of depth on the bench, bit of size in the middle. Everything's fixed. Everything is fixed, and they look absolutely enormous. So, yeah, I think the Sharkies can win. I'm not writing them off, but you'd be crazy to bet against the Storm. Seriously, you'd be absolutely crazy to bet against the Storm in this one. So take a Melbourne Storm in this one, guys. But I'd love to see the Sharkies get up and get that monkey off their back. I love this team. I love so many players in this team. They've got the team to do it. It's just, can they do it? Storm to win, guys. If I had to pick, I honestly think it would be more 1-12, but yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Now, on to the fun games. The games that are coin tosses. All right, so ins, we have Townsend in, McLean in, Marley Bigatungi, Tom Chester. All right, so, but we're pretty set here. So, McLean back in, McIntyre, Ashley Harrison. So, big. Man, I tell you what. Will Price, McCarthy. So, has Kai Pierce Paul come into the note? So, they kept Dylan Lucas. Okay, cool. So, pretty unchanged. Look, I was so impressed with the Knights over the last, month? But in particular against the Dolphins, I thought they were really good. Last 3 weeks, beat the Rabbitohs, Titans and Roosters. But technically, they didn't beat a top 8 team here. Whereas I've been just way more... it's sort of weird. I was pretty unimpressed with them against the Storm. It's because they leaked 30 against the B-grade team. Pardon me. But... damn, I was impressed in this game with the Doggies. They absolutely humped them, and it was so clinical how they did it. Just dismantled them surgically. It was a work of art, that game. So I've been pretty impressed with both teams. Just probably slightly more impressed with the Cowboys. Home ground advantage, a big one too. Now, is this a day game? No, it's not. Okay, so it's going to be warm up there compared to obviously Newcastle, but not too crazy. So home ground advantage. What was the win-loss record for the Knights away from home this year? 5 from 7, so not great. So definitely better. They got a losing record at home, away from home. So that's a little concerning, guys. Now, actually, let's check that. Cowboys, they've got a pretty solid record at home from memory. Where are we? 7 and 5. So they've got a winning record at home, at least. Yeah, so that's definitely an advantage. Let's have a look at these first, then we'll do the matchups. Cowboys have won their past 3 games against the Knights. Knights have not won in Townsville since 2015. Cowboys have won 7 of their past 8 games played in Townsville. Fletcher Sharp has scored 8 tries in his past 5 games. Kyle Felt has scored 11 tries in his past 6 games. That's wild. All right. Oh, that's the wrong game. All right, let's have a look at some matchups here, guys. All right, so key matchups here. So Felt on Marju was enormous. The best game. If Brian Tortor had that game, I'll be talking about how good it was. That was Tortor-esque. That was prime, absolute like man of the match Tortor-esque. That was absolutely massive. Absolutely stacked on this side with Lucas. I think that was their best option. Lucas, Best, and Marju. It's going to be up against Nanai, Veala, and Felt. Holmes, Talangi, Lukey. Lukey was massive in this game. Versus Frizzell, Gagai, and Sharp. Now I'm actually really interested because I'm feeling the left-hand side for the Cowboys, and I'm feeling the left-hand side for the Newcastle Knights. How have these guys matched up lately? It's been a cows fest, guys. It's been a cows fest. Scoring map. All right, so we have Cowboys 3rd, and 7th against 6th, 7th, and 14th. Wow. All right, so there we go. There you have it, lads. So you want to be taking Cowboys left-hand edge. It is the up against, not that it's super high, but it's 7th best against the 14th best. So you'll be looking at Lukey. You'll be looking at Lukey. You'll be looking at Holmes. You'll be looking at Tuolangi, guys. They're the ones you want to be taking here. That is outrageously low for a top 8 team. 14th best right edge defense. Absolutely outrageous. And then for the Cowboys, guys, Knights. Jesus. How are these numbers so atrocious from the Knights? How did they make the top 8? How are they even here? What the hell? The 15th, 15th, and 14th. What? That is ridiculous. How are they in the top 8? Because they got good left edge attack. That's about it. All right, so big wins, little wins. So try scorers, guys. So we're looking at, I know Kyle Felt's got these numbers, but like we said, we want to be looking at Val Holmes, Tuolangi, and Lukey. Go Lukey, Tuolangi, which will probably get you the best odds / best likelihood of hitting. Obviously, Lukey's odds will be a bit higher, but less likely than the other two. So now let's have a look at our overs unders here. So now we're top 8 teams now. We're not in the top 4. So we have. Maybe I can move this here. Oh, there we go. Move my dumb head. All right, there we go. Now you can see it. Now you can see it better. All right, so Cowboys' first half points against teams 5th to 8th is 8.5, between 0 and 20, min and max. Second half, so it's 17 points average. So Cows doing more damage in the second halves against teams ranked 5th to 8th. And then the Knights, first half, wow, 5 points, 0 and 12. That's outrageous. I don't know how the Knights made the 8. Seriously, I'm just looking at these numbers. I don't know how the Knights have made the 8 this year. It's insane. These numbers are disgusting. They're not even... They're wow. So I don't mean shitting on your Knights fans, but these numbers are awful. Absolutely awful. So I'll be looking at Knights unders, first half and second half. Like Knights, the most points they've scored in a half is 12 against a team ranked 5th to 8th. It's not very good. Yeah, it's crazy. They've just been humping teams in the bottom 8. And then maybe I'll be looking at taking the overs. Maybe if I can get over 12.5 points in the Cowboys in the second half. Looks like they'll blowing out teams in the second half there, guys. So that's what I'll be looking at for this one. As far as the game goes, look, I'll just be honest. Like, I haven't been impressed with the Knights at all up until very, very, very recently. Cowboys have showed me pretty good glimpses and patches all year, but have been disappointing. Even in wins sometimes have been a bit disappointing. But like I said, that last... Like, put it this way, if Cowboys had finished in the top 4 and that they finished the season with that win they had against the Bulldogs, I'll be going, they can win the comp. The only thing that's holding me back from saying that is they're not in the top 4. It's so hard to win 4 games in a row. However, they do have a very good win rate against these top teams. So, as we sort of had a look at here, it was the Cowboys, right, with the highest win rate against top 8 teams. So they're a shot, but it's just going to be so damn hard to go all the way. But they can do some damage. I was highly impressed. I'm going to take the Cowboys in this one. I think if they do a job on... It's just way too easy to shut down Newcastle. It's easier said than done. You still have to shut down Kalen Ponga. But if they do, Knights won't have a chance. And the Cowboys will win this game. So I don't see anyone else really. I don't see like Phoenix Croxton taking the game by the scruff of the neck and ripping the game away from the Cowboys. You know, so it's Kalen Ponga or bust for me here. I think the Knights can win this. Kalen Ponga for me is absolutely insane. But like I said, every player can have a good game. Every player have a bad game. So I'm taking the Cowboys to win. And I absolutely can't wait for that one too. So bring it on. On to the Bulldogs versus the Sea Eagles. Now, we have very recent form guide between these two. Played 2 weeks ago in a very finals-like atmosphere. Both teams were shooting for home finals, top 4 spots, whatever it was at the time. So we do have a really good form guide to go off for this one. Now let's go through the ins. So Bronson Xerri back and no Addo-Carr. No Addo-Carr. Obviously been on the baggies the night before and decided to drive. What are you doing, brother? Just not what the Bulldogs needed right now, unfortunately. But hopefully it's all a misunderstanding, but I doubt it. Now, look, guys, let's just the elephant in the room. They got an absolute touch-up. The score was 34-22, which doesn't look horrendous, but to me the true score was 34-10. There was 2 pretty fluky tries from the Doggies in this one, the first one and the last one. They were never in this game. They got absolutely humped. And unfortunately exposed, I guess you could say the right word. It's baffling to me that it took till round 25 for people to realise that you just pump through the middle of a small forward pack and good things will happen. But Manly did it last week. And what's alarming for the Bulldogs is the Cowboys did it the week after they don't have a very good forward pack. Like, not a punchy forward pack. They don't have Spence, Collins, Hargraves, like White, Tupanua pumping through the middle. Like, it's like, who was it? Taumalolo on one knee, McKeely, it's just, and they handled them. And I mentioned this in my post-game stuff. Parramatta did it last year and sort of exposed them. But if you just run at Reed Marnie all game, you're going to get 5 missed tackles, 10 quick play the balls, and he's going to make errors because he's tired and fatigued, and his service isn't as good because he's had to make 60 bloody tackles. It's hard. What he's doing is really, really hard, and it's not his fault. Every single player in the comp is going to make errors if you're making 60, 70 tackles in a game against men much bigger than you. Well, you understand, when you're a smaller guy, you have to expel so much more energy to tackle someone. Like, people say, man, Payne Haas has such a big gas tank, and he does, but it takes zero effort for him to get someone on the ground. Like, seriously, bro. Like, he catches players and just leans and they're on the ground. Like, you get what I mean? Like, Reed Marnie has to bang, hit, drag all his energy to get someone to the ground. It's fatiguing. And like I said, unfortunately for the Bulldogs, Sea Eagles have tape from 2 weeks ago that showed exactly what worked. And unfortunately for the Bulldogs, you can't really fix it. Like, it's not a problem you can fix. Like, for example, if you got skinned on one edge of a full game and you're like, all right, cool. Oh, okay, cool. We'll slide here instead of jamming and we'll do that. Like, you can fix that. You can't really fix not having size. You can't really fix a bloke having to make... Well, one thing you could do, which I've personally been saying the Bulldogs should have been doing the whole year, is why is Reed Marnie playing 80 minutes? But unfortunately, the guy who I would have had to replace him is injured, which is Kurt Mann. I personally would have... Maybe you want to start Marnie because of the line speed or whatever, but a 20-minute break, are you really going to miss Reed Marnie for 20 minutes? Like, freshen him up. To me, he's got the best service in the comp. Like, he fires such nice ball out in front. Like, his service is absolutely so nice, and it's not as good when he's tired. So... this is the problem for this. It's sort of weird, like everyone was so high on the Bulldogs 2 weeks ago and just went out the window like that. And like, all the crap I was getting is sort of gone away now. People finally started doing what I said to do, which was run through Reed Marnie, run through the middle, just get quick play the balls. And yeah, it's going to become hard, but because like this back five is brilliant, but it's just hard. Matt Burton, huge inclusion. They're going to rely on his boot a lot. You really noticed it missing last week. Toby Sexton, stop doing short kicks on the third tackle, bro. Like, you're good. You're not him. You're not Sam Walker. You're not Adam Reynolds. You're not Luai. Stop it. Like, stop it, bro. You're good. Back yourself. But I reckon he's done in the last 2 weeks. No, 3 weeks, because the game before, I think they won it, but he mucked up a bunch against the West Tigers, where they leaked a... Oh, no, so was it against the Warriors, that's right. He did 3 or 4 short kick on the third. I was like, what are you doing, man? Like, it's terrible. Look, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. Yeah. Let's have a look at some stats here, guys. Bulldogs have not won a finals match 2015. What? Sea Eagles have won 10 of their past 11 games against the Bulldogs. Bulldogs have won 4 of their past 5 finals matches against the Sea Eagles. Sea Eagles will play their 100th finals match. Reed Marnie will make his 150th. Damn. Reed Marnie's been in the league that long? So where we'll have to go? Bulldogs games. No, it's the Knights. All right, Sea Eagles versus the Bulldogs. Oh, it's going to be a good one. Skelton. All right, so let's look at some of these matchups and we'll have a look at... All right, so we have Sherry and Skelton on the same side. We might get changes here, guys, so just punt with caution. We saw Serraldo mix up his edges an hour before the game last time. So just punt with caution on this game. Maybe just leave your punt for this game till the day. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. So obviously Tom Travojevic back, huge inclusion. So we have Olakau'atu on kick-out. Olakau'atu has absolutely owned kick-out. this is their weaker side too, guys. So I'd be looking for my try scorers, Olakau'atu. Before we look at the thing, I'd be looking at Olakau'atu, Garrick, and Talau. Now let's have a look if this scoring map backs up my. So Bulldogs go Sea Eagles. So left hand. Well, Doggies have the second best left edge. So left against their right. So Bulldogs, it's still actually pretty damn good. Still third. But that is where you want to go. I don't think you want to go to this left hand side. So yeah, I'd be looking at your Garrick, your Talau's, Skelton a little dicey in defence too. And Sherry's been solid, but still it's still his first year back in 4 years, you know. So Garrick is a vet. And Garrick had a stinker last week, which usually means he has a pretty good. Garrick has some absolute stinkers sometimes, eh? So yeah, I like Garrick, Olakau'atu, and Talau in this one. And then obviously Turbo. Turbo scores a few. He's pretty good. He's pretty good. So let's have a look at this betting analysis here, guys. So, yeah, it's better with my face on this side of the. All right, so try scorers. So Turbo obviously up the top there. So we have Tommy Talau 50. He's still scoring at a really high rate, and same as Ruben Garrick and Olakau'atu. Not bad. All right, let's have a little look. See, all right. So Bulldogs against 5th to 8th place teams score first 40% of the time. Manly 100% of the time. I like that. I like that a lot. Manly to score first. Bulldogs have been scoring first a bit lately though. But Sea Eagles have been really nice at the start of games. Alright, so team tries against top 4. So 4, 3. So 1 to 6. Haven't played many teams there. Alright, so let's have a look at. Oh, this is nice too. So half-time, full times. That's good. Right, so total points. I love my totals, guys, as you can tell. All right, so first halves for this Manly, yep. So average 18.7, 12 and 24. They've scored at least 12 points against teams 5th to 8th. That is wild. That is absolutely wild. You'd have some big old plums to do that against the Bulldogs. The defense has been good all year. I know it hasn't been as good in the last 2 games, but it's still a good defensive system. And then in second halves, 14. So much lower, but still pretty damn good. And then second half, so Bulldogs against 5th to 7th, minimum 0, maximum 18, averaging 10. And then in second halves, 12. So Doggy scoring more in second halves, min 6, max 22. Pretty damn good. Just, I don't mean to be disrespectful to the Doggies here, but they didn't play many teams in that bracket, and 2 of them were against the Knights, who they were good. I'm not saying they. I hate saying the other team wasn't good, so your performance doesn't count. I don't like saying that, but Knights were putrid in those 2 games. They really were. They were. I think one of them was out without Ponga. I don't know. I can't remember. I just remember sitting there going, "Wow, Knights are awful." Knights were awful, and Bulldogs were good. Bulldogs were really good too, but Knights were just awful. So I probably will ignore these Bulldogs totals numbers and just only worry about the Manly teams ones, and then look at these try scorers here. So I'll be looking, like I said, I've already mentioned my try scorers in this one, guys, and then I'll be looking at Manly to score some points in the first half, not a crazy amount of points, and then possibly some points in the second half. Maybe unders in the second half. Yeah, unders in the second half. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Like I said, guys, make sure you follow my Discord and all that. We'll get it done. I can't tip the Bulldogs against a team that just hammered them with ease 2 weeks ago. It's a bridge too far for me. It really is. So I think Bulldogs more than likely getting bounced first round. But even if they do, I think this is a really good performance from them for the year. Something they can build on for next year, guys. So, yeah, let's have a final look here, guys. All right, so, oops, wrong one. So we're going draw. I actually want to see, I'm going to do the ladder predictor and tip if my tips come true, who will be playing who. All right, so Panthers, we're going Storm, we're going Cows, we're going Sea Eagles. All right, so now can we ladder? Now can I ladder predict still? Reset all. Whoops. Come on, Hisense. Reset all. Alright, so if we go Storm, Cows, Manly, Panthers. Let's go on to the next round. That would mean the Sharkies play the Cowboys. Nah, that can't be right. That can't be right. Oh, yeah, because Sharkies dropped down. Cool. Idiot. Sharkies will play the Cowboys. Roosters will play Manly. Will that be at Brookie? Or will that be at a neutral stadium? I'm not too sure. They're actually two cracking games. Like those two games are sick. Wow. That's pretty damn cool. That's pretty damn cool. All right, guys, that's it. If you made it this far, you know what that means. You're an absolute legend. You're a real one. Thank you all so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you on the next one.